Alright, welcome back everyone, it's your Code King Zaf here. After hours and hours of testing, we have come to a conclusion when it comes to our brand new German Hunter, and that is, well, he's kind of a skip? Wait, hold on. Let me answer one question on everyone's mind, and that is this right here.
Zaf, should we summon them or are they a skip?
And I know this is kind of awkward. Well, when it comes to LENNART NIERMANN, although he's the best damage dealer in the win category, it wasn't even close. Like, Mirai, I'm sorry, but you are outclassed. It is time to go back to school. But the reason why, hold on, let me explain. The reason why he is going to be a skip and hold for now, for 20 days, is because, well, I know some of you won't like this, but we have brand new collaboration units coming out, and this girl right here, when it comes to Miyun, she is going to be a wind DPS unit based on leaks we have. So, I mean, if we're getting another wind DPS unit using this weapon right here, it wouldn't make sense to summon for LENNART NIERMANN. There is a chance he's going to be a bait banner. Yes, that's right. I do want to mention though, they are going to overlap in banners. You can see right here, they are going to come out on the 26th. That means in about, well, like 20 days or so. So we'll overlap with LENNART NIERMANN's banner. So we do have time to decide whether or not we want to summon for him. Very important. There is a good chance she could be very OP. She could be the brand new Mirai and the brand new LENNART NIERMANN X2, right? We just got a unit to power creep Mirai and another unit to power creep the unit that power creeped her. Oh my gosh, could you imagine? So, I do want everyone to play it safe. That is my recommendation right now. Though I do want to say when it comes to LENNART NIERMANN, based on our testing, he is very, very strong. At the A4 advancement, he becomes absolutely cranked out, especially at A3, where he does start recovering his mana and his power, making sure his ultimate always comes up. A very good unit. So let's jump in, let's cover our findings, and let's cover whether or not the build for him is Infamy or the Iron Will and Obsidian set, because, well, based on our testing, both those sets were honestly very good. But I do want to mention very quickly, everyone, make sure you jump in and support us. We're almost at the 30,000 supporter mark. Once I reach that milestone, I'll be doing more giveaways for all our viewers as usual, so press that button. That way you can't get the benefits, of course. Supporting is 100% free. You press yes and you're done. Then a few hours after supporting, the codes are sent to your My page on the website. You scroll down to receive benefits and you'll find them. I do want to mention though, we have 3 codes coming out. We have 1 code right now that is active, but we have 3 codes coming out for Essence Stones, custom draw tickets, and 10 Abyssal Crystals. So you do not want to miss out. Please jump and support us, that way you can benefit, of course. Now, very quick, just to summarize, when it comes to LENNART NIERMANN, he has 2 uses essentially, or I guess we could say 3, right? Right now, he's going to be good for the workshop. If you lack a water team, if you have Cha, there is really no need to summon for him for the workshop, but for the guild boss, he'll be viable. When it comes to power destruction, he'll be very viable as well. So, Mirai does get outclassed, let me show you. For example, LENNART NIERMANN dealt 2.1 billion when it came to the POD, power destruction, but when it came to Mirai, her damage, well, it was around 1 billion less, so she dealt 50% less damage, and the testing environment was 100% the same. Let me show you. When it came to our testing, it was very consistent because I made sure we did the dragon over and over again on repeat, breaking the arms instantly, so the damage never stopped, and it was very consistent. We basically never got a varying amount when it came to final damage numbers because the run was always consistent. I broke the arms instantly every single time, as you can see, so we always dealt major damage to our hunters, only doing Shadow Step, no additional buffs when it came to Jinwoo, always making sure our hunters were dealing the damage and making sure that there was nothing additional messing with the figures here. So when it came to his best set, honestly, you have 2 options. When it comes to team fight modes, I found that running an 8-piece Infamy set resulted in the most damage, but do remember, when it comes to the Infamy set, we do get a bonus based on team fight mode. So, the Battlefield Chaos, the Guild Boss, the Power of Destruction, we get a 40% damage dealt increase, which is huge, right? But if we're not in a team fight mode, the best set is this right here, the Iron Will and Obsidian set, though honestly you could not go wrong with running either. You can even run Infamy and Obsidian. I would say just try to use your best set, but overall if you want to be very consistent and get good results when it comes to your damage, either Iron Will Obsidian or running straight Infamy, that'll give you a very good damage result. If it were me personally, I would just go Infamy to ensure I always have a set ready when it comes to Guild Boss, POD, or I guess any regular mode, just to save me time. But if you want to be efficient, if you want to be great, Iron Will, and also set right here. Though I do want to mention when it came to our testing, the reason why Infamy could be doing, I guess, superior to other sets is because the Dragon does last for 4 minutes, but when it comes to the Guild Boss, it'll only be 3 minutes. So I think if you want to go for the best set period with no caveats, just go Iron Will, go Obsidian, and you're good to go. LENNART NIERMANN's ultimate is pretty much always up every single 20 seconds, so you'll get that 50% bonus every single time, and I tried it. Although his ultimate does come up at the 19-second mark, so it is 1 second before this can actually proc, it did not matter. Trust me, I did it. I jumped in. I did it manually. When it came to Iron Will Obsidian, I did the manual cast, and it was actually worse off than letting it run on auto, so keep that in mind. The numbers for Godo and Handsome didn't change, but for LENNART NIERMANN did change because I guess even though his ultimate does come up earlier than the set cooldown, it still applies to his damage as it's being executed, so we're good to go in that regard. The Iron Will Obsidian set works out great. There was other comparable sets too when it came to, let me see here, for Infamy and for Obsidian. This worked out just fine, but again, remember, this game mode was longer, so we got more damage coming in. For the Guild Boss, I do think right now, it's either going to be straight Infamy or straight up Iron Will Obsidian, just depending on what the best set you have is. Both of them should work. When it comes to Defense Hunters, generally speaking, the sets pretty much perform the same, which is honestly pretty nice. So that's my take on the build. When it comes to performance in, let's say, the workshop, I would say Water Team is superior, but when it came to Mirai versus LENNART NIERMANN, it just didn't come close. Mirai took way too long for the workshop, she just couldn't beat it easily. You can see right here for the Guild Boss, their numbers were pretty close overall. This was an inefficient run, but if we go down, we can see that even Dongsoo performed fairly decently. I upgraded him all the way, just research, right? Watch this. I used up all my resources to make sure we see whether or not he's viable. I have his weapon to A10, level 120 by the way. That was not cheap. And his skill levels to 10, 10, 10. Oh, that was expensive. Don't ask, okay? I did it for research. I like wasting my resources when it's for the viewers, right? But yeah, so we can see right here, that didn't work out. But when it came to Mirai, she still dealt decent damage. Remember, no one got the buff when it came to Godo. He was buffing himself. But even with them even now, LENNART NIERMANN just pulled out ahead, dealing around, what is that, like 20%-ish more damage, which is huge. So LENNART NIERMANN is pretty much the Win Chad, the Giga Chad. In this run here, it didn't make sense because you don't want Mirai and LENNART NIERMANN on team, so Lennart's damage would not be the same. He didn't get enough mana regen coming in from his passive. Godo spams his skills non-stop, so his ultimate is always up, so the combination of dual DPS does not work. You do need Godo for either team. I tried it out. It was not a good result. We tried out Dongsoo too, and it was fine, but not the best either. Sorry, Dongsoo, we tried to make it work, but you're you're a bit lackluster to say the least. But on that note, I hope you enjoyed. Essentially, when it comes to brand new hunter, LENNART NIERMANN, I recommend you wait for the brand new hunters coming out. We have 2 banners for clap hunters, 1 with 2 hunters, and 1 with 3 hunters coming out. Honestly, they're baddies, chat. But anyways, I digress. Hold and wait for LENNART NIERMANN. You do not want to summon for right now. Wait for the brand new clap hunters to see whether or not they're going to be viable and whether or not LENNART NIERMANN is going to be a bait hunter or not. But on that note, of course, make sure you jump in and subscribe. Do support ourselves for your free codes and leave a like if you enjoyed. This is your Code King Zav signing out. See you in the next juicy video, of course.